Hi, my name is Ida Payton, and who want to go with me to read the books? Let's go! The book that we're going to read today is The Trolls. The Trolls, a big giant like Ugart, right? So let's go inside of the books. We'll find out what is inside of the books. Number 6. Number 6. The the troll in the bowl. The troll in the bowl. Number 6. Number 6. Okay. Yes. Number 6. Okay. Let me turn the lights. Two brothers. Okay. Trolls on the Prowls. It says the books. The two brothers, Eric and Peter, are walking through a deep forest not far from their little home in the central Norway. Age 7 and age 10. The boys are the older of 7 children, and because their family is very poor, their parents have sent them out into the world to beg for food. At first, they are excited by the adventures of traveling on their own and eager to see the worlds beyond their tiny rural home. But after a while, they start to feel uneasy. The sudden silence suggests that something is wrong. Only moments before the morning was alive with sounds from the lowing of the cattle and occasional barks of the farm dog on the hills below to the singing of birds and the hum of insects. Everything seems normal. However, as quickly as if someone threw a sweep, all sounds disappeared, and just as it occurs to them what such a silence may meant, the ground beneath them begins to rumble and shake. As the boys know from hearing their parents warning that sudden silence almost certainly signal what all of their neighbors fear most. Troll on the prowl. Okay. Excuse me. The troll on the prowls. And within a few minutes, the boys realize that all hope is lost. Cowering behind a tree, they watch as two gigantic trolls stumble into the clearing. The creatures are hurried to look at each has 3 heads and long, sharp teeth. The odor that comes off their skin is almost unbearable, foul, using their own keen sense of smell. The trolls spot Eric and Peter within seconds. They pick up the terrified brothers as if they are ragdolls, plung them into a large sack. So, in the morning, is the another word I translate into very clear. There is a troll, a big, like a monsters that like ogres, but ogres more nicer than trolls. Troll is a mean dog. There is a big nose and sticking out teeth on both, and then he is so ugly and a stinky smells. Okay, so the kid, the Eric and Peter, walking around by the going to town, but there is all of a sudden the all birds and everything is go silent because the troll is walking toward them. And then Eric and Peter, they hide behind the tree. But because the troll can smell them with a long nose and a big teeth sticking out on their mouth, so it's easy to see the two brothers. So they pick them up like this, like a little tiny chicken. And just example, okay? That's how small they are compared to the troll. And troll put them into the sacks, mean basket, okay? The sacks like basket. The basket, okay? A big sacks. And within a few minutes, the boy realized all hope it lost, crawling creature a horrid to look at. It has 3 heads and long sharp teeth. Oh, the troll has 3 heads and a long sharp teeth that's sticking out like this in a long nose that it can smell you. Wherever you go, wherever you are, they can find because their sense of smells. The troll spot Eric and Peter within second. They pick up the terrified brother. So the troll picked them up, and the two brothers were so scared. They are shaking with scared. Okay. And take them back to their troll home. So they bring them to their house. There the boys will be fatting, he said. This boy, I make them fat. When they got fat, I'm gonna eat them. The troll says. And they say there the boys will be fattened up until they are fit to eat, they say. Smelly, ugly, and fleshy hungry. So began one of hundreds of folks about trolls. According to the tales, trolls are the most frightening of all creatures on earth. They vary in size and appearance. One's type is small enough to fit in a child mitten, while most are so gigantic that they tower above the tallest pines. Some have 1 head, while others may have as many as 12. And while very few trolls can be merely mischievous rather than mean, the majority of trolls, especially those who live in the sea, the mountain, and the dense dark forests, are exceptionally dangerous. And Eric and Peter tell the boys are confronted by field-ground mountain trolls, most of which are said to be the size of 5 large men, or even larger than bulbous eyes, are the size of pot lids, and their noses are often so long that when they are cooking a meal, they must first tuck their noses into their belt to keep them out of the stovepat. And finally, as the two boys learn firsthand, the stink of a troll is almost more than human can bear. And some of the stories my grandfather used to tell us, the smell coming of some trolls ranged from that of the most vile, smelly old sacks to the stinks of a barn that has not been cleaned in a years. Not native Norwegian Innis Natsin, and that can be just a few minutes after that troll has been bathed. Even more intimidating than a troll size, however, it is ferocious nature. Unlike the giant and ogres that are prominent in the folk tales of England, Germany, and others area of Europe, trolls are sympathetic characters. Most of trolls are violent and loathe humans and their society. To a troll, a human is good for one thing only: a meal. While trolls in stories may choose to may choose to speak politely to a human, their actions belie any civility, notes Steve Benson, a scholar of the Scandinavian studies. They're nasty men. They're nasty men. Excuse me. And within any redeeming characteristic whatsoever, they seem happiest when they are terrorizing humans, stealing their cattle, imprisoning their children, and generally frightening anyone in the vicinity. So many of the trolls take excuse me, tales illustrate this. They are the ancient equivalent of the worst sort of bully. Physically and verbal abuse is what they are best at. That is simply the nature of trolls. Who better than a troll? Most of what is known about the legendary troll comes from century-old folk tale of Norway. That other Scandinavian countries, including Sweden, Iceland, and Denmark, have created troll stories too. In addition to appearing in those old tales, trolls have appeared in more recent literature, from J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Ruel, Harry Potter, and Stone. They are featured in the classical music of Norwegian composer Edward greed as well as an variety of 21st century role-playing and wide videos playing and videos games. Those who are familiar with the many trolls legends are not at all those what are familiar with the many those who are familiar with the many trolls legend are not at all surprised to see the creatures surfacing in more contemporary books, movies, and other forms of entertainment. After all, mm, surprised to see the creatures surfacing in more contemporary books, movie, and other form of entertainment. After all, says the violence. Movie and other forms of entertainment. After all, says Benson, when you come right down to it and you need a really bad guy for a story who better they are. Okay. I'm so sleepy. Aray ko po, aray. Agaw. Ah, okay. As it's true with most legends, it is impossible to trace origin of troll tales with complete accuracy. However, folklore experts believe that the first troll stories were told in what is now Norway by some of the earliest. Oh, I'm sleepy. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading first. I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna continue later, okay? Bye for right now. Bye.